Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile was released in 2019. This is directed by Joe Berlinger, written by Michael Werwie, I apologise if I've mispronounced that, and it's based on The Phantom Prince, My Life with Ted Bundy by Elizabeth Kendall. And this has been on my to-watch list for quite a while, and I'm really pleased that I finally got around to watching it. It's currently on Now TV in the UK if you're interested in checking it out around the time of recording this, and I'm pleased to say it was what I hoped it would be. It's the story of Ted Bundy and how he was captured, the events leading up to that, and the aftermath, but mostly from the perspective of Liz Kendall. She had been dating Ted Bundy, and I don't want to say too much about what happens, but she certainly has quite an interesting perspective, and I don't know exactly how accurate it is to the true story with regards to her perspective, because I'm by no means an expert on this, but it felt very raw, it felt very believable. I believed a lot of what the character was saying and how she was responding to things, and this version of Ted Bundy was definitely chilling. He's played by Zac Efron. Lily Collins plays Liz Kendall, and if somebody had said to me, Zac Efron's going to play Ted Bundy, I probably would have thought, I don't really see it. I can't see him being creepy enough, but he does. He carries it really well. He really gives a really solid performance. Like many people, I've read a lot about Ted Bundy, and I guess I have an image in my mind of Ted Bundy, and this met that image, so that worked really well for me. We have some great prison scenes, courtroom scenes. They're all really well done, and they're exactly what I was hoping for from this. But we still get enough time to get a snapshot of what his life was like dating Liz, and what it was like for them together before we progress with the investigation into the murders. And I think the pacing is great, the balance is great, the performances are wonderful. I don't know how true this is to the character of Liz Kendall either, but I've not heard anything to suggest it's a bad interpretation. But if anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. Really solid performances from Zac Efron and Lily Collins. We have a great supporting cast. We have Haley Joel Osment, Jim Parsons, John Malkovich. Solid cast, great performances, and I think the focus was perfect. I did wonder if they'd focus, and this wouldn't be a criticism, just in terms of personal preference, going into it, I wondered if it would mostly be about the non-investigation side, and it would just be focusing on their life away from criminal detection. And that would be fine if that's the story they wanted to tell, but I'm pleased to say that we do get to see a lot of the investigation and how things unfolded for the case. So I think the balance there for me personally was absolutely spot on. And honestly, I have no complaints. I went into it not knowing what the quality would be like. I didn't read any reviews, but just for information, it has 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. That's across 109,000 reviews and ratings. And honestly, that's a pretty fantastic score. And I think I would probably rate it a little bit higher. I think I'd put it up into the 7s. I went in not knowing what the quality would be like, but certainly expecting or hoping for something really specific. And it absolutely delivered at every point. So I thought it was fantastic, really informative, but also a well-written narrative if we were to look at it, since it is a film dramatising the events. I think it's entertaining in the right reasons, fascinating and shocking in some other ways. Solid performances. Zac Efron did a really great job, in my opinion, with the character of Ted Bundy. And if you're interested in Ted Bundy and the history surrounding that, then I think it's really, really a great one to go with. If you're new to Ted Bundy, I guess it would be fine to watch this. It is a little bit different because we are following the events from the perspective of Liz for the most part, but at the same time, everything that's happening is relevant and interesting. So I think even if you're new to Ted Bundy, you could watch this and get a solid understanding of what the case was like and how things developed. So I'm happy with it, really happy with it. I thought Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile is a really great film. I thought it was a great film, a great experience, and great performances. That's my cat chiming in there. My cat also thinks it's a great film, and I'm very happy to recommend it. Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile is a great film, whether you are already aware of Ted Bundy or you don't know that much about Ted Bundy. I'd say it's a pretty brilliant film to check out.